How should you build the hidden potential for EZA Fizz Raditz and the sub-EZAs? How's it, everybody? Celtic Link here. We got another Dokkan Battle video for you here today. In today's video, we are taking a look at the upcoming EZA for the Fizz Raditz and the sub-EZA for the TEQ Raditz and STR Nappa. And we will be giving you guys our recommendation for the best hidden potential build for these characters. I don't always do this for EZAs, but when there is major sub-EZAs that release along with them and changes I want to make to my hidden potential recommendation, I usually do put this out. So let's go ahead and start with the Fizz Raditz. So with Fizz Raditz, we have key 2, attack defense 250%, damage reduction rate 30%, and when attacking with 12 or more key, 250% attack. When receiving an attack with 12 or more key, he gets 250% defense, and as the first attacker in the turn, once only gets an additional damage reduction rate 30%. When facing one enemy, or when you have Nappa on the team, you get 200% attack and launch an additional super attack with a high chance of evading enemy's attack as the third attacker in the turn. As with 180% attack and great chance of performing a critical hit if target enemy is below 60% or less when attacking with 12 or more key. As well, when facing two enemies or you have a Vegeta on the team, you get 300% defense plus an additional 300% defense within the turn before attacking, and damage reduction rate 20% as the first attacker in the turn. He performs a critical hit and attacks guaranteed to hit within the turn after receiving an attack. He also gets key 2 after delivering the final blow. His new super attack effect greatly raises attack and defense for 4 turns and causes immense damage to all enemies. It is an AoE effect, which pretty much kind of tells you how you want to build this. You'll notice there is kind of a structure to how they want you to use him. Oh man, losing it there. Okay, so there is a structure to how you want to use him, and you'll notice he has a severe lack of one specific hidden potential type. Right, you can see as a Fizz type, he naturally wants to lean into additional attacks, being able to get a 40% additional attack bonus by fully investing in the hidden potential for the additionals, but that's kind of still where you want to lean, because that helps him out both offensively and defensively, especially if you intend to float him on that first turn to save his high damage reduction turn. As such, we've kind of built him assuming that's how you're going to play him by maximizing his additionals, giving him 20 additionals and possibly even more with a sub of crit. This maximizes his attack output as the third attacker in the turn, allowing him to dish out multiple supers to get his defense fully built up before you drop him in slot 1 the next time he shows up, where he will also have critical hit. Now, he has 6, I do recommend putting at least 6 critical hit, just for that little extra 12% chance. You could even, give him a little extra crit in your orbs, although I would personally probably go with the additionals, and that's just in those situations where it's not safe to put him, say, in slot 1 just yet, and you need to maybe put him in slot 2, or just to help out in that slot 3, having that additional crit, since he won't have it while he's in the while he's in the second slot. He's only going to have it if he is in the third, if enemy is below 60% or he's in the first slot. So, you kind of want to play around with that, but you don't need to use too much of it, right? Because his primary function is going to be that, that's set up here. So that would be my recommended chance. You could, if you don't feel that he needs the additional attacks, then swap it, right? Go full crit, sub additionals. I don't really think you need the dodge unless you're really worried about him defensively, but from what I've seen, it isn't too much of a concern. Post super, he's pretty much going to handle just about everything that can be thrown at him from these major bosses, and then of course on that guaranteed dodge, or on that guaranteed damage reduction turn, when you decide to put him in slot 1, he's tanking things up to Bio Broly's super. So this, you probably don't need dodge for the moment. Which takes us to our next character, the STR Nappa. Looking at him, he's got 278% attack, Saiyan Saga allies, 50% attack and defense with key 3. Defense 370, defense up to 300 3,780%, the more HP remaining. Before attacking, he gets 15% damage reduction rate. When attacking, he gets attack 278%. If HP is 78% or more, he gets additional 200% attack defense. If HP is 78% or less when receiving an attack, his chance of performing evading enemies attack 50% and chance of evading enemies attack 40% when there's an ally who includes Vegeta attacking in the same turn. After receiving or evading an attack, he has a great chance of launching an additional super with attack 178% when facing one enemy. Per existing enemy, he also gets an additional critical hit chance, and allies attack 7% and 8% per enemy. Per superclass enemy, he gets an additional 30% crit, and allies 7% and attack and defense 8%. So as you can see, this guy is a very big defensive unit, and you want to play him as such. So my recommendation, since he is an STR type, is to lean into the additionals, right? He'll be able to get as an STR type, he will be able to max out at 15 here, meaning an additional 30%. Of course, if you go with your hidden potential orbs, you could increase that further, but I do recommend, since his main role is tank, to invest in either dodge and or defense orbs for him. Obviously, if you got the god equipped dodge defense orbs, you want to put those on him, and go with sub for you dodge. Doesn't need the crit, right? As you guys can see, based on his attack output isn't that great anyways, right? His main role is defense. So you want to get those additional attacks, and you want to give him that dodge and defense to really build out what it is that he is doing. From there, you want to go into you, oh, what happened? We lost it. No, it's back. Okay, so from there, you want to go into the TEQ Raditz is going to be the last one we look at here. So TEQ Raditz is an interesting one. I don't think anybody expected him to sub ECA here, but he is here. We got key 1 and attack defense 250%, damage reduction rate 20%, high chance of evading enemies attack, and for 1 turn from his entry turn, he has an additional 30% dodge. When attacking with top more key, 300% attack, and when receiving an attack with top more key, 200% defense. When facing only one enemy or HP is 50% less, attack and defense 250%, and key 1 when facing 2 or more enemies or 50% or more. Key 2 stuns the attacking enemy and damage reduction rate 50%. When fighting Goku's family, Namekians, or Saiyan Saga, you get 200% attack when attacking, critical hit, and attacks guaranteed to hit. As the third attacker in turn, great chance of launching an additional super attack, Saiyan Saga allies, key 2, and attack and defense 30%. Now, the key change to him is he is now greatly stacking attack on and raising defense on his super attack, which means you're going to want to build him accordingly. He is a stacker, so you want to take the most advantage of that. He's a stacker that wants to be in the 3rd slot. And since he's going to be in the 3rd slot, he's often going to be not necessarily losing attacks, but he's going to be building slower than he normally could. So you want to make him full advantage of that by investing fully into additionals. Since he is a tech type, he can max out at 15, but you do want to push it a little bit more for him, right? So get as much as you can, fully invest. So that's why I gave him the 20, because you want a minimum of 20 on him. You want your orbs, at least a minimum of one of these needs to be a level 5 orb. And then I would recommend, since his offense is stacking more, to lean more into the defense orbs for his bronze and his silver. You can go critical hit here, or you can go dodge. Really, the sub doesn't matter. He's got enough crit. He's got 50% dodge. So really, either one for the additional works either way for him. It's really up to you. He's going to have some innate crit built in because he is tech. So I would just recommend going dodge maybe. But it's really up to you what you want to utilize for that. So, guys, those are our 3 recommendations. Again, for Fizz Raditz, I recommend going full additionals to make the most of that floating that you're going to be doing with him and build up to that slot 1 turn. You could also swap it and go full crit, since he won't always have the crit when he's not in slot 1. For STR Nappa, you want to lean heavy into his defense by giving him additionals and dodge. For the TEQ Raditz, once again, full additionals and either sub crit or sub dodge. Maximize that attacking. So guys, that is it for the video. If you like the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. And in the comments down below, let us know what potential build would you give for these three characters. Let us know in the comments down below. Otherwise, guys, as always, thanks for watching and aloha.